I am officially the only repeat winner in the season and in the series so far, and I can't do it alone. I have looked and I can see that right now everything is going to be extremely hard in terms of the manufacturer's chase. We only have 36 total points in the manufacturer's championship, and that's with me winning 2 races this season, me trying my best to finish at least in the top 5, top 10. We're not there. So I have decided to make a few phone calls to a few friends of mine who will now be driving satellite organizational cars underneath my name, underneath my banner for the rest of this season. Good day, race fans. Tonight's top story: Team Neko Darius is making some big moves on the NASCAR Thunder 04 circuit by adding 2 key drivers to his lineup in a fierce bid for the manufacturer's title. Let's break down what's happening on the track and how this team shakeup could impact the standings. With the manufacturer's standings heating up, Team Pontiac is determined to climb the ranks and knock Ford and Chevy off the top. And they're not leaving anything to chance. Enter Stephen W1323 and Joe Agee, 2 powerhouse drivers who are joining the roster ready to add series strength to Pontiac's season campaign. First up, we've got Stephen, known for his consistency and precision. In a season where every point counts, Stephen brings that finesse needed to lock in solid finishes race after race. And we've got Joe, a driver with a reputation for aggressive moves and fearless driving. Pontiac is banking on his skills to gain some ground in those tough turns and to hold his own against the competition. With Joe and Steven both in the driver's seat for Pontiac, expect to see Pontiacs running up near the front throughout the rest of this season. But they're starting this week, and I can't wait to see them on the track because it's been very rough being a Pontiac driver so far. I'm the only one, but no more. I've now got 2 teammates on my side, and Phoenix is next. So I'm looking forward to it. But before we get into anything else, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. It will really help me out a ton because the more you guys like it, the more people see it, and that helps everything keep going. I really want to do a 4th season, and I need y'all's help with this. I've got a really unique plan for season 4. I know it's way off in the future right now, but at the current rate that I am currently recording and editing, we can see season 4 midway through 2025. I need y'all's help to get this. Plus, I have a goal of 3,000 subscribers. So please help me hit that goal. I'd appreciate it a ton. Now, before we go any further, we got 11 races left on our sponsorship. We do have to keep an eye on our sponsors because now that things have gotten a little bit harder, we are now facing what is essentially going to be a tougher go of things. Of course, don't forget, Dave Blaney won a race. So we're overhauling one chassis, one engine, and one body are being overhauled. And we're going to Phoenix. We got 8 races left on a shop edition, which is the wheel balancer. I feel like that is a little bit too far off. It's a little bit long anyways. But anyways, so we do have the Phoenix race, and then we go to Talladega, where I'm definitely hoping to link up with at least one of my allies so that we can, take on Talladega effectively. I did notice, by the way, that Phoenix seems to be wrong on the laps. So let me go fix that before we go any further. Okay, now that we got that taken care of. Real quick, just refamiliarize you guys with everything. I am currently the points leader in the current stage, which isn't that bad. I just realized that my portrait didn't come in either. There's quite a few things I need to fix. Give me a second. I have a portrait now in NASCAR Thunder 04. Well, after a while, I couldn't get my image to work, as you can probably tell from the nice little lines of light that are now coming through on the background. It didn't work, and it took me some time to get this done. So, it's an oh well situation. But nonetheless, we do have 56 laps at Phoenix International Raceway to look forward to. Plus, our 2 new drivers, our 2 new teammates that will be joining us on the racetrack. Now, before anything else, let's always build our car. I'm going to bring the stuff that we had last week. It went really well last week. As you guys know, we did pull out a win, shockingly enough. But, I don't want to burn up any more equipment, and we were already behind at one point. I don't like being behind when it comes down to saving stuff for the car. So without further ado, we're finally going to go racing in Phoenix after I also fix the background because that is going to be annoying. Alrighty, qualifying. Finally, I got my 2 other guys ready. Last I heard from them, I think they made the field. I was focusing on trying to get qualifying in for myself. We've had a tough go so far in the qualifying ranks, but I think today's qualifying will be another step in the right direction. Texas really proved to me that we have speed. I think today we'll also prove to ourselves we got the speed. 26-1 across the line is enough for fifth. That's not bad, but not good either. I don't think this is going to be a good lap either, guys. I'm slow to the power cars loose. Coming off of turn 3 and 4, I think we're going to get down to the line. Didn't improve, so fifth is where we're going to hang out at. That's fine. See you guys at the race.
Joe Moore and Barney Hall from the beautiful Arizona desert at the 1 Mile Phoenix International Raceway for today's Checker Auto Parts 500K. Barney, this is quite a unique track. Tell us about it.
Boy, it's beautiful here, right at the base of the Australia Mountains, and this is quite an interesting racetrack. First, it's known as the world's fastest 1 mile oval. Add to that the fact that each corner is slightly different, and it all adds up to some great racing.
The MB&A car has an impressive average finish this year.
Well, points. Wins are great when they come, but top 10 finishes week after week are what build your points. Heck, you can win the championship on top 10s alone if you're consistent.
We're rolling off fifth. I made sure that my microphone was back on. No worries. First laps, we're going to be 58 laps because I had to make a change in the mod prior to the race and wound up actually adding back 2 more laps. So no big deal. We'll take the 58 laps. It's fine. So it's 2 more laps than what was originally advertised. There you go. So I started fifth on the inside of Casey Kane, Mr. Pretty Boy himself. And we're going to kind of sort of just focus, relax here. I see Bobby Labonte in front of me in the 18 car. Looks kind of like a Coy Gibbs-esque scheme. And I'm kind of mad that he's driving MB&A on his. Jump the curb there. Shouldn't do that.
Hold your line. You're still there. The 18 car is going to make it.
Trying to get back to the front here a little bit.
Clear on both sides.
But I will focus on trying to make Bobby Labonte just a little bit less of a rival. We don't want to keep him too mad as I get into Matt Kenseth and get moved up the track. Greg Biffle being up here is nice to see. I know he's been struggling so far this season. I do not know where Steven and Joe are on the track right now. I do know that they're in the field. I think they actually had to take a provisional to get in, and that's saying something because there was a lot of cars that showed up to the racetrack looking to get in. So for Joe and Steven to even have a better time for the provisional to even matter was really big.
More tires won't help us. Be careful. Don't let him by, but try not to hold him up either.
So we're currently sitting 6th, and Kurt Busch is just getting away.
56. Dig, buddy, dig.
Got a lot of Roush cars up here now that I look at it. We got Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, and Kurt Busch running in first. So I think Roush came with a good car. I think Greg and Matt Kenseth are now blocking me, and I'm just going to get into Greg Biffle because I do not appreciate that.
Clear on both sides.
So now that I'm around Greg and Matt Kenseth, now I can kind of set sail here and get after Ryan Newman, Bobby Labonte, and hopefully close in on, Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is definitely running really well right now. That curb is going to kill me at some point. I need to be real careful of that curbing. Okay. The car is a little bit better in the draft, by the way.
We're going to get around him. 26, 23. Come on, buddy.
Trying to go low here on Ryan Newman. Newman with that no neck of his able to block me really well. So right now I think we're doing pretty well to be in the top 5 still. But I just can't help but not see Kurt Busch driving away right now. Excuse me, Bobby. You're kind of sort of in my way. And you're no longer a Pontiac. You're a Chevy. I don't like that.
Making up some time.
You abandoned the fight.
Take it easy on those tires.
I mean, seasons ago, but still, they abandoned the fight. Okay, let's see if I can get after Kurt Busch here without burning up my stuff. That's one thing I've learned so far is that with these longer races and this heightened AI, I actually do have an issue with keeping my tires under me, so I can't get too overzealous out of these corners. I can't slide too much because the more I slide, the worse it gets for me. Like right there, I slid. No tire smoke, so it wasn't that bad, but still the slide is the problem. Starting to put some distance on me and Bible Labani behind. Really good to see that I can see Kurt Busch. He's not getting away, but I think he's actually, I think we're kind of level with each other right now. Either that or I am gaining. I think through the dog leg for the most part, where I'm gaining the most. Down into turns 3 and 4 here. Really wish I could know how Steven and Joe are doing right now. I worry about them. They're using some equipment.
You got some passes left in there somewhere.
1.8 seconds. So I am gaining on Kurt Busch. I just went into a 4-wheel slide there. Not the best for the tires, but it'll be okay for now. First 12 laps in. I think halfway in this race will be lap 27 or 28. And if I really want to get some laps led here, I've really got to catch up to Kurt Busch.
You're off the pace.
I'm just losing grip. I'm losing grip, but middle off, I think I'm doing better. So it's entry where we're struggling the most right now. I think center off, exit dog leg, 3 and 4, I think we're the best. I might be overdriving it just a touch here. I think these tires are going to be dead by the time I catch them. Like I just need 1 lap led. I don't know how the race is going to go, but I just need 1. Not holding it in 1 and 2 is really hurting right now. Tires are squealing in anger and protest, but I am so close. We just touched the inside wall and it bounces back a bit, so I think we just lost that half-second advantage we had. But okay, car is just now ill handling. It's just handling so bad.
Time to go. Let's get on it.
All I can hope for now is that these lap cars in front of me actually hold Kenseth up or Busch up a little bit, because if they can hold Kurt Busch up, I think that would be great. He didn't get held up long enough there. Yeah, he's not getting held up at all. The 06 of Travis Quaffle didn't hold him up, neither did Kerry Earnhardt.
The 147 car is outside.
You're not making any
Car inside.
Come on, Travis.
Number 1. The 147 car is still there. 27, 86.
Leaders are trying to drive away now. Let's get up there.
Clear.
He broke my deck lid.
See him stay back there.
Oh boy. Now my car is ill handling. And I've lost more time to Kurt Busch because of that tomfoolery.
Get up on that wheel now. Let's go.
Yeah, Kurt's not getting any real resistance right now.
You're making me nervous. Get in here for some gas.
I'm gonna have to keep making you nervous, crew chief. We gotta go at least to lap 30.
The leaders are getting away from you. The interval to the leaders about 3 seconds.
Lap 29 or 30 is what we got to get to. I'm gonna be at least a lap short. I think we're all gonna be a lap short on fuel.
The leader's gaining a couple tenths a lap on us. There's 4.5 seconds between you and the leader.
Carlo.
Jeff Gordon's been protecting his tires, man. I couldn't hold a candle to him. Car became so ill handling. Hitting. Literally got a speeding penalty. That is not championship caliber driving. Okay, I'm gonna lower. I'm gonna go up on the wedge half around. It's gonna be a 20-second stop, which means if there's an issue with my guys, this is gonna be a long stop.
The crew jumps over the wall and begins.
What a shame! What a shame.
This is their opportunity to shine. They can't make any mistakes here.
The competition is serious now, guys.
They'll also put in 2 cans of gas. 4 times the gas on this stop.
Come on, let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Come on, man.
Watch the guys on the track. Smart pass.
Now I just gotta hope for no caution so I can unlap myself.
Clear all around. No one inside. You've got first. You're clear. Number 143 is outside. Clear on both sides.
There's like a lot of cars a lap down.
46, 46.
Making up some time. Keep digging. Still need to pick up about 8 seconds off the leader. Take care of those Goodyear Eagles.
If some of these slow cars don't get out of my way, I'm about to send them into the wall.
Number 0 wants to get by you. All clear, buddy.
Okay, let's get after these guys now. 20 to go.
If it weren't for that 5-second penalty, I think I would be up there still. I'd be challenging them. That 5 seconds really hurt. 40 laps in, and I think this is the best we're gonna get right now. Strange, I haven't seen Steven or Joe, so I don't know where they are on the field. I don't know how they're running either. I want to hit pause to see, but then again, I guess this is how it should be. You know, as a team owner, I really don't need to be concerned about my teammates. Although it would be nice to know what they're doing. I guess it's really not my business at this point to know what they're doing. Another one of these slow cars get in my way. I seriously swear I'm sending them. I will not care. I will send them straight into the wall. Because all they are is a moving chicane for me right now.
Okay, buddy, we're faster than the leader. Let's get up there. We're about 7 seconds off the leader's back bumper.
I can see Jeff Gordon is closing in on Kurt Busch, though. Just got to keep an eye on the car. I know Mark Martin's behind me.
Tires wearing down.
46, 76.
Jeff Gordon is closing in on Kurt Busch.
We gotta pick up 7 seconds.
Nothing damaged. Keep digging, buddy.
Come on, Mark. We're 2 champions. We don't need to be getting into each other. You've clearly got the faster car.
Drop back to 4.
Let's go for it, man.
Clear on both sides. 27, 29.
You got some passes left in there somewhere. I know you do.
He's got the faster car. I can't fight Mark Martin. I decided to just go ahead and give it to him because he does have the faster car, and that's fine. You know, you got to know when to pick your battles, and right now my battle is not with Mark Martin. I think he was also one of those guys who pitted late, so he's got the pressure of the tires out of everybody else. So it sucks, but we're just gonna probably start fading back here.
Let's work our way to the front. Let's go now. Still 7
I've also got a concern of fuel efficiency right now because I believe I am going to be short 1 lap at this point. So, you know, lots of questions for me. Trying my best to keep the car under me as well. And, you know, it's not going so great. No big deal. I knew coming into this we're going to be a little off. I know that we qualified in the top 10, and that really helped having Joe and Steven's notebooks to kind of look at from practice. But definitely got a ways to go. Like, I'm definitely on the back foot compared to some of these other manufacturer cars. Like, car is just getting OD loose now.
46, 92.
Catching up to the leader. Keep on it. We're about 7 seconds off the leader's back bumper. More tires on.
I'm 7 seconds behind the leader's back bumper and fading. Let's not forget that part. And fading. Well, this is not a good race, is it?
27, 76.
You're losing ground on the leaders.
3 laps to go, and
Be careful, using up those tires.
I'm running out of fuel. It's gonna start trying to save. It's gonna start trying to save through the corners here.
27:53.
You're closing on the leader. The leader has about 9 seconds on us.
I don't know if that's helping too much. Fuel tank almost empty. As you can tell, I'm cutting the motor off, guys. I'm cutting it off.
27:76.
The leader's gaining a couple tenths a lap on us. Just 2 laps left.
One lap to go. The white flag waves, and we're on our final circuit around the racetrack. Who races for the win? It's so tough to win in the series. Who has enough? Who will make it back to the checkered flag?
I don't think I'll make it back to the checkered flag.
Slower than the leaders, buddy. We gotta pick up some time.
The leader works off turn 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Still 7 positions.
I'm about to be out of gas.
The 17 car.
Yep, out of fuel.
Hold your line. He's still there.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Lost 5th place here. Can we get it to the line?
Got one outside.
You're starting to make some
I don't know who I was racing, but 5th place, out of fuel, cross the line, out of gas. Y'all gotta love it. That's great.
Not many drivers led a lap in this race.
Well, to be honest, Joe, I'm a little surprised that we didn't have more leaders. Just goes to show that with the right setup and the right strategy, you really can dominate a NASCAR Winston Cup race.
The MB&A car will get a top 5 for his efforts.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a top 5 finish, that's for sure.
The 53 car has someone new to look out for on race day.
Well, when you're out there beating and banging on guys, some feathers are bound to get ruffled. Maybe after some time to cool off, they'll be back to racing with clear heads.
This has been NASCAR Winston Cup Racing, brought to you by EA Sports and MRN. We'll see you next week at Talladega.
If that finish was not worth a like and or a subscribe for if you're new here, I swear I am going to pull my hair out. Okay, not really, but anyways, we did wind up finishing in the top 5. That's huge. But my biggest question, my biggest concern was, where did Joe and Steven finish and all that? First and foremost, as you guys are probably well aware of, Kurt Busch did hold on to win over Jeff Gordon. Gordon got within 0.5 of a second of him and could not go any further. I also didn't get a chance to lead a lap, although Mark Martin, Matt Kenseth both did, which sucks a little bit because, you know, they're chasing me in the standings, and finishing 5th with no bonus points is not the greatest, but it's okay. We'll keep moving. So Kurt Busch, Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Matt Kenseth, and I round out the top 5. Sterling Marlin, John Andretti makes another surprising appearance in the top 10. Dale Jarrett, Ryan Newman, and Jimmy Johnson are your top 10. Now, for those guys that I was telling you guys about, Steven wound up coming from 41st to finish 17th. Don't mind his image of his number. I'm getting that fixed, okay? Like I promised. It's going to get fixed. Anyways, so Steven finishes 17th in his debut, and Joe finishes 22nd after starting 40th in his debut. So really solid day for Neko Darius Racing with 2 guys that just got pulled up from the Busch Series. I'll take it out of those guys. Those guys did their best, and you know that means a lot to me to see them actually succeeding just ever so slightly. So as you guys know, Talladega is next, and I can't wait to see how Steven and Joe do at the restrictor plate. But if you guys are kind of wondering who in the world was lapped down, the top 20 or 24th on back was lapped. That starts with Ricky Rudd and ends with Kerry Earnhardt and Travis Kvapil being 2 laps down. I was a little curious to see like where did Greg Biffle wind up going. Even Dale Jr. got lapped here in this race. Brian Vickers as well. I was kind of curious about Greg Biffle. Biffle does finish 13th of the starting 7th, so that's really good. Bobby Labonte faded from 3rd all the way down to 16th. So lots of movement in the standings this time around. Ricky Craven, a big surprise, started 35th and finished 11th in the race. I mean, that's really good. Seeing some of these guys starting near the back and coming up to the front. John Andretti, you know, Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Craven, to name a few. I mean, they started outside the top 30. These guys are 36th, 33rd, and 35th respectively, finishing in the top, 15. So that's huge to see. And then, of course, biggest mover, I think, is definitely going to be maybe Steven from 41st to 17th personally. But we'll see how that kind of goes. Let's go ahead and head back to the race shop and get ready for what will be a restricted plate race coming up next. So we landed back at the race shop. We've got some things that we've got to go over. First and foremost, stats and info. You know, the favorite thing that you guys love to see. So right now, I am still the points leader over Kurt Busch, who is 94 back, Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, Jeff Burton, Jimmy Johnson, John Andretti, who is now 7th in the standings, by the way. Great job to John Andretti, Jeff Gordon, Joe Nemechek, and Dale Jarrett. So now Joe Nemechek is starting to do that thing where he starts tumbling down the standings. So we'll see. We'll kind of see how far the implosion will be at this point. We'll have to see. A little bit further down, I guess you guys are kind of curious about Greg Biffle, 24th in the standings. But my guys, Steven and Joe. Here's Joe, and here's Steven. Steven is now 53rd in the standings. He's still got a ways to go before he can actually, be in the actual points tabulation here. But we've had so many guys who are part-times. I think these guys will make it up there at some point. I do feel like they'll be good enough to do it. But here's Steven. He's from nowhere. We need to fix that at some point. But there's Steven. Started 41st, rang at 17th. And then, of course, we've got Joe, who we got to fix his portrait at some point. I'll get to work on that. But these guys are now in the race. They now race for Neko Darius. And, that's really good to see. So we'll be seeing what they can do in terms of everything. And hopefully with Neko Darius Racing, they'll provide some true excitement. So outside of all that, did they qualify for rookie points? I haven't even been keeping up with rookie of the year. Oh, that's right. We do have some issues with that. Yeah, John Andretti still considered a rookie. Kerry Earnhardt, JJ Yaley, all them. And Steven and Joe are both considered rookies, though. So that is good to see. We got Bill Elliott, Mike Bliss. We've got so many people listed as rookie, and they're not rookies this season. 20 rookies. AJ, who created the mod, he did release an update to the mod pack that, to the mod tool that allows and correctly assigns people as rookie. I have decided not to go to that one because I've done so much in this tool, and I've talked to Steven about it. And he understood. I've already done so much in this tool already, so we're kind of stuck with who we got as rookie contenders. So congratulations to John Andretti. I think he's run away with it already. Into the sponsorship, as you guys know, we got 10 races left with the guys that we have. That's fine. In terms of the garage, I think now that we are done with this, at least one of these speedways, I think we can now overhaul this speedway chassis. I'm fine with doing this, because we still have two. So we're gonna go ahead and overhaul our speedway equipment. Even the engine is gonna get an overhaul. I'm seeing some improvements, some marked improvements on the car, and I think that it's worth it for us to keep, doing this. Although I can get this done in one race time, I don't want to overtax my bodybuilder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set him as also 2 races. That kind of keeps everything in line so that we're not having one guy kind of sitting idle in the shop, and that's fine. 7 races left on the wheel balancer as well. I think we're good. We're a good team. We're a good, car. We've got the points lead heading into Talladega. We just got to stay consistent. I think, the consistency will be key. But other than that, I am hoping to see you guys in the next episode here in NASCAR Thunder 04 modded career mode, where I have expanded my team. I now have 2 teammates, and I still have the points lead. Talladega is next, and you guys saw what happened at Daytona. Will Talladega prove to be just as intense as Daytona was? You got to be here to find out. See you guys next time. Be easy, everybody.